Are you curious to know how blood groups are inherited and whether it's possible to tell who the biological father is based on the blood groups of the parents and their child? If yes, then this video is for you. We will discuss how blood groups are transmitted and how you can use this knowledge to determine paternity. So let's dive in. Blood types are determined by the presence or absence of certain antigens, which are molecules that can trigger an immune response on the surface of red blood cells. There are two main antigens, A and B, and a person can have either antigen, both antigens, or neither. This gives rise to four main blood groups, A, B, AB, and O. Additionally, another antigen called the Rh factor is considered when assigning a more specific blood type. A person can be Rh positive if they have the Rh antigen on their red blood cells, or Rh negative if they don't. Therefore, there are 8 different blood types in total: A+, A, B+, B, AB+, AB, O+, and O. Now let's focus on the ABO blood group system, which includes blood types A, B, AB, and O. The inheritance of these blood groups follows a simple dominant recessive pattern. Each person has 2 alleles, one inherited from each parent, which determine their blood type. There are 3 possible genotypes for the ABO blood group system: AA or AO for blood type A, BB or BO for blood type B, and AB for blood type AB. Blood type O has no antigens on the surface of the red blood cells. This is because individuals with blood type O have 2 O alleles. In contrast, individuals with blood type AB have both A and B antigens on their red blood cells due to inheriting an A allele from one parent and a B allele from the other. Interestingly, the recessive allele O can be passed down by either parent. However, the child can only have blood type O if they inherit 2 O alleles, one from each parent. This means that blood type O is the only blood type that cannot be passed down from an A or B parent. Now, let's look at some examples. If both parents have blood type A, their child could have blood type A or O, depending on the alleles they inherit. If both parents have blood type B, their child could have blood type B or O. And if one parent has blood type A and the other has blood type B, their child could have blood type A, B, or O. In this case, the child would need to inherit an O allele from each parent to have blood type O. What about blood type AB? An individual with blood type AB has both A and B alleles. When this person has children, they can pass down either the A or B allele to their offspring, resulting in a child with blood type A or B. However, it's important to note that a child cannot inherit blood type AB from just one parent because they need one allele from each parent. Lastly, consider blood type O. An individual with blood type O has 2 O alleles. When this person has children, they can only pass down the O allele, meaning that the child must inherit an O allele from the other parent to have blood type O. Therefore, a child cannot have blood type O if one parent has blood type A, B, or AB. Let's move on to the Rh factor. The Rh factor is a protein on the surface of red blood cells. A person is considered Rh positive if they have the protein and Rh negative if they don't. The inheritance of the Rh factor is also simple and follows a dominant recessive pattern. An individual must inherit 2 recessive alleles to be Rh negative. This means that if one parent is Rh negative, their child will always be Rh negative regardless of the other parent's Rh factor. However, if both parents are Rh positive, their child could be either Rh positive or Rh negative. For this to happen, the child must inherit an Rh negative allele from each parent. If one parent is Rh positive but carries the recessive Rh negative allele, their child has a 50% chance of being Rh positive or Rh negative. If both parents are Rh positive without being carriers, their child will always be Rh positive. Now, let us put all this knowledge together and explore how we can use it to figure out who the biological father of a child is based on the blood groups of the child and one alleged father. The other man is the alleged father. Let's analyze the following scenario. The mother has blood type A+, and the child has blood type O. First, we will examine the possible blood types of the child. Since the mother has blood type A+, she could have the genotypes A+, or A+. If the mother is A+, she has the potential to pass on the A+ allele to the child through her egg. Similarly, the alleged father could have the genotypes A+, or A+. He too has the potential to pass on the A+ allele to the child through his sperm. Since the child has blood type O, we know that he has the genotype OO and is therefore definitely Rh negative. Additionally, the child has blood type O, meaning that he must have received an O allele from both parents. It's impossible for the child to have received an A allele from the mother and an O allele from the alleged father because the mother would need to be AO to have a child with blood type O. However, we know that the mother has blood type A+, which means she does not carry the O allele. Therefore, the alleged father must have the genotype AO to have passed on the O allele to the child. This leaves us with only one possible genotype for the alleged father, AO. All other genotypes would result in a child with blood type A or AB, which contradicts our given information. Now let's consider the other alleged father. If he is the biological father, he could have any of the following genotypes: O+, O+, O+. It is highly unlikely that the other man is the biological father. This is because the mother would need to have the genotype AO to pass on an O allele to the child. As we already established, the mother's genotype must be A+, since she has the A+ blood type. However, the other man must have the genotype OO to have a child with blood type O. Since it's highly unlikely that the mother would have a different biological father for each child, it's more likely that the other man is not the biological father. In conclusion, based on the blood group information provided, we can confidently say that the first alleged father is the biological father of the child. This is because his blood group could potentially match the child's blood group if he were the biological father, whereas the other alleged father's blood group could not match the child's blood group under any circumstances. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Please remember to like and share for more informative content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.